I would say that we have a lot of growth concept companies as clients, or what I call emerging concept companies. And those are really ideal for middle market private equity funds. So they want growth concepts. And our clients, they are unbelievably curious about the whole private equity arena. I mean, who wouldn't be? You hear all these stories about people getting piles of cash and what they do with that and the capital gain benefit of doing it. But do they know a lot about it? I don't think so. I think that's part of our job, is to educate them on that opportunity and introduce them to the right private equity funds that would be a good fit. And when you're talking about what that right fit would be, those are funds that financial capital, I think, is all equal. All these funds have lots of money. But what you really want is intellectual capital that you don't have to grow your company. And intellectual comes with guys who have done it before, to get you the right team that can show you this is where we go with the business, these are the right hires, this is how we structure this type of stuff. I like to say, people that have already made those mistakes. One of the areas of expertise we have is in the hospitality and the consumer arena. So growth concepts in the hospitality arena are restaurant companies that are easily replicated, that the math works in terms of the investment to build the units and how quickly they pay back on that investment. And so you could take a company that has 5, 10, 15, 20 units, and with the right financial and intellectual capital, very quickly turn that into 50, 80, 200, 300, and get to some point of an exit where obviously private equity funds really like that. What's that 5-year time horizon? I always say that when I'm introducing my clients to private equity guys, I'll say, yes, you're going to like them. They're very smart. But as they're talking to you, they're thinking down the road of who they're going to be selling you to in 5 years. That's a great question. And I don't want to pigeonhole that I guess, is the financial commoditized? There's going to be differentiators, just staying on that topic, about how a private equity fund is going to present a deal. They'll more or less be pretty close on valuation of the company, but how they structure that investment could be remarkably different. Some will let you take money off the table, some won't. Others will want control of the board. Others will be minority, let you do whatever you want. Now, to answer your other question about how can a private equity fund differentiate themselves, again, they have to demonstrate intellectual capital in that industry that they can bring value added to the table. Because in the end, if they're all the same from a math point of view, then it's going to come down to, is this the guy I believe is going to quarterback me and get me into the end zone in the long run? And I tell my clients a lot when they're looking at doing a deal with a private equity fund, and we have several that talk to lots, don't look at the first offer or the valuation of the first offer. Look at the guy and say, who is going to be the one that's going to really maximize the value of this company in the long run? Because that's the bite of the apple you really want. The first bite's nice, but that second bite, that could be generational wealth-changing events, certainly something that could be a legacy for the right type of company. Well, I think that's a very unique differentiator between us and so many of the other firms out there. We work very hard to provide proprietary deal flow introductions to private equity funds that we know we work well with and we know that are the right match for our clients. And that works pretty well because our clients, they're curious, they want to learn more about it, they want to meet these people, they don't know much about the arena, and then we're finding them funds that are really going to help them protect their business. I mean, getting someone to sell a business or take a new partner on, that's like a child to these people. So it becomes a very emotional event for them. You got to find them the right partners, people that are really going to have the same values and help you build something that's great.